I think this is such an important message. And that's, how do we actually not eat our feelings? How do we do that? And while I was writing, I had a few thoughts of, I don't want to live if I have to feel like this. Welcome everybody to the Heal Your Hunger show. So happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive, even when you want to die. So today's show is really about a thought I had last night, and I just got to tell you about it because, if you're going to overcome emotional eating, you're going to have to feel some really uncomfortable feelings, and nobody talks about this. Nobody gets into the nitty gritty of our emotions. We know emotional eating is like eating Ben and Jerry's when somebody breaks up with you, or eating when you're lonely or bored, but it's so much more than that. It's really about moving through something really uncomfortable, something so uncomfortable that you want to die. And that's what happened to me last night. Now, I'm not the suicidal type, so I'm going to tell you that it wasn't a real, I want to die. It was a momentary thought of, I don't want to be alive and feel these feelings. Now, just to back it up a little bit, my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's last year, and she's doing good. It's a slow decline. She forgets dates, she forgets times. She's a little confused at times, but she's so with it in so many ways. And my sisters and I are so grateful for whatever time she's here with us and has the clarity to whatever degree she has. So praise God for that. She's 88. She's lived a really good life. We love her to pieces. And her mind is declining. And I feel grief about it. I feel like somebody is stepping on my chest. And I didn't expect to feel this kind of grief. I was all in my head. I get it, Alzheimer's decline, not going to be pretty, but we can do this. She's lived a good life. I've been there for her. I feel good. We're good. And then a little bit more talk this week about some symptoms that she's having. More loss of her pocketbook, loss of her checkbook, looking around the house, strain on my stepdad. And all of a sudden, I feel like someone is stepping on my chest because the reality of what she's going through and what's happening is hitting me. And I can't blow it off. And truthfully, I don't want to blow it off. Because guess what? If I blow it off, if I pretend it's not happening, if I pretend I don't feel grief and I stay up in my head, I will overeat. This is where the rubber meets the road. I've got to feel my feelings. My mentor used to tell me, feel, deal, and heal. And I don't think there's a workaround. In my experience, I have to go through them. And I wish I had better news. I wish there were a magic wand that would make you not turn to food when you're having a hard time, or not think of food when you're having a hard time. Honestly, the past few days, I felt like food was closer to me than it usually is. So I've had, I wouldn't say cravings, but I've certainly felt closer to the edge, like I want to use food to take away these feelings. And thankfully, it's not been a big craving, but it's been a thought here and there, like, wow, I'd like to numb this. So I'm here to talk about it because if you're listening, I think this is such an important message. And that's, how do we actually not eat our feelings? How do we do that? Well, I'll tell you, I was up in the middle of the night feeling this grief, and I got out of bed. I went and sat on the couch. I got up my computer. I pulled up a Word document. I wrote some, a couple paragraphs to God. Dear God, I hate this. I don't want to feel this. I am so sad. I wish this weren't happening. I want my mama. I want her to be whole. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to see her like this. Writing of that nature. It's not pretty. It's not full sentences. It's just how I'm feeling in the moment. And while I was writing, I had a few thoughts of, I don't want to live if I have to feel like this. Is that a dramatic thought? Yeah, it's pretty dramatic. But it was a fleeting thought. And I shared with my clients earlier that we don't have to be scared by our thoughts. We have to be more scared by our actions. But our thoughts, they come and go. We have so many thoughts, thousands and thousands of thoughts in a day. I heard recently 70,000 thoughts. And if we hold on to any one of them, we're screwed. Let them flow. Let them come and go. Notice them. Notice when you're feeling grief. Notice when you realize you're feeling heavy and low on energy. I had a hard time working today because I just feel slow and lethargic and heavy. That's grief. That's grief. And as I wrote last night, I thought, I don't want to be alive. But it passed. It was just a thought. I'm like, I don't want to be present to these feelings. That's really what I was thinking. I don't get startled by my thoughts. I write them down and they pass. I write to God and I get healing. But my experience is that's what overeating is. It's like, I don't want to feel this right now. I'm going to reach for food. We're trying to not be present or alive to what's really going on. So in a sense, we're choosing to die every time we do that. We're deadening our feelings. We're eating to check out of reality. And that was simply a conscious thought that I had last night because I'm not overeating, because I'm aware of what's going on between my ears. So it's really important that we realize overeating when we turn to food, even though we think, oh, I just want chocolate, or oh, I just really like this yummy thing. Most of the time there's more going on, which is, oh, I don't like how I feel and I want to change how I feel. We eat to feel better. So I just want you to get aware of that. I want you to get aware of when you're looking for food, what's going on, what do you not want to be present to, what's making you want to exit stage left. But the point is I move through it and I don't eat over it, but I have to deal with it. Feel, deal, and heal. That's my experience, and that's the way we heal, is we face it, we embrace it, and we erase it. So that's the work in my experience. There's other things you can do. If you love EFT, you can tap on these emotions, pick up the phone and talk to a girlfriend. Of course, last night it was 3 a.m, so it wasn't so easy, and it passed. I was able to go back to sleep after writing. I'm just here to say that we have to feel. We have to feel. It's part of the healing process. And you can go through these feelings without eating. Getting support, being a part of a program where other people are doing that too, so much easier. That's why my programs are done in groups. We get on Zoom together, and coaching, one-on-one coaching, because we need to talk. We need to get the feelings out. But in the middle of the night, we can write about it, talk about it, pray about it, and get through it. Obviously, if you find that you think those thoughts all the time, definitely seek out help. So today, I'm living through it. I'm not dying through it. I'm living through it. But I'm also not afraid when I have those overwhelmed feelings of, I don't want to be present for this. It's just me as an emotional eater not wanting to feel uncomfortable feelings. That's it. Thankfully, that's all it was. Write about it, talk about it, pray about it. Try it. That's what I got for you today. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next show. If you're ready to get off the dieting roller coaster ride and finally make peace with food and with your body, talk to a Heal Your Hunger mentor about what steps you need to take based on your own history with food and weight. Go to healyourhunger.com and register for an emotional eating breakthrough session and see how fast you can experience real change. It's a complimentary evaluation, but there are limited spots available. So go to healyourhunger.com and register to speak with a mentor today.